Hey everybody, welcome. Today is September 14th. This is Natural Resources. I'm Mr. Sheridan. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Let's jump right in and we're going to start talking about the health and safety project that is going to be due at the end of this week. So as every single day, please go in and do your daily attendance and your daily check-in. Make sure you get those done. I missed a week in our agenda. I didn't realize that, but this week there is an agenda posted, so you can jump in here. You'll notice that this symbol is a little bit different. I just posted it as a material rather than an assignment, which is what that clipboard is. So if you click on this, you're going to see that that today we're introducing some new stuff, but that the things that are due this week, they are written in red. So please make sure that you pay attention to those as we go through and you're watching those agendas. As you scroll down, I have not posted anything new for this week because these first 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we are going to be working on this health and safety plan. I have updated this a little bit. So for those of you who have been working on this project, I want you to come back in here. There are a few more specific details down here. Step number 2. So what I would encourage you all to do, look at step number 1 in this project. These questions will help you, will steer you in the right direction for making sure that this project gets done very well. So make sure that you get step number 1 done. That was supposed to be done last week. So I hope that you all got that done. And then step number 2 is what you're actually going to turn in as your final project. So what I've done is gotten a little bit more specific. What I'm looking for is a little bit of an introduction into the career that you've chosen, why you chose that, maybe some pictures about what kind of industry you're talking about. I want to know, so if you happen to have chose to be a timber farmer or a logger, what does that look like what did that concept look like for you? Are you a small timber company that's just taken down, a dozen trees every week? Or are you a large scale timber, a forester that is going in and actually cutting down large amounts of trees in a high scale basis? So tell me a little bit about there's no right or wrong answer there, but give me an idea for what exactly you were thinking about in your head so that I have a better idea of how to evaluate whether you hit all the safety protocols that you needed to, which is the purpose of this project. So give me a little bit of background on the career and scope of what you are thinking for your project. Then I want you to list, I want you to create a list of potential hazards that are involved in that particular project. Again, this all goes back to what type of vision and scope you had for what we're doing. Then I want you to give me a safety training outline. I want you to tell me what safety training new employees are going to have to do and what safety training employees will have to do on a regular basis. Is it something that, once a week you're going to have an employee meeting so that you're going to cover a couple of safety things or re-hit on some safety things? Or is it something that, that you need to do once a month? Every single person takes a day off and is, doing nothing but a safety training. But keep in mind, you have to keep your people safe. So if you're running one of these companies, we've got to be doing safety training all the time. So what does that look like? So what does the introductory safety training look like versus what does the ongoing safety training look like? Then I put some more specific issues here. Okay, so every single one of these jobs, positions, natural resources fields is going to deal with some chemicals. I want you to focus on 2 of them. Okay, so I want you to pick 2 chemicals that you would work with, whether it's in a greenhouse, whether it's a logging and timber company and you're using herbicides or you're using other chemicals that you would use to take down trees and that sort of thing. Whether it's, chemicals that you're using as a part of machinery, grease and gas and fuel and all that good stuff. Those could be chemicals as well. But what I want you to do is focus on, tell me about those chemicals, why they use them in that particular field. And if possible, what I'd really love is for you to include some material safety data sheets. And what MSDS sheets are, it lists the properties of that chemical, what to do, how badly it can injure you, what the safety protocols are going forward. So I want you to try to find a couple of chemicals that product or that industry is going to use. And I want you, if you can find some MSDS sheets on them, I want you to actually copy and paste those into your document. And then I also want a list of the PPE that's required for all of your employees. So I hope that gives you a little bit more specific direction in what I'm looking for. I do want to take a minute and show This is an example of Danielle and Kira's start to their health and safety plan, a really, really, really good start that I want to show everybody. So they've listed all the personal protective equipment that they've done. Keep in mind, they chose to do theirs as a slide deck, which is perfect. That works just fine. So they've got a list of PPE. I might slide that slide down a little bit because I want to know about common hazards first. They did a good job of listing those. They 3 pieces of equipment that can cause injury. This is just perfect. It's exactly what I'm looking for. I want you to be a little bit more specific, and I want you to list those chemicals. And I hadn't put that in there yet, so they can make that another slide that they actually list out a couple of those chemicals or fertilizers, and how and why they could hurt people and how we prevent those types of things. And then the training that they should go through. So I wanted to be a little bit more specific here, but a super duper good start. Love this slide deck, love the background, and they listed all the things that I wanted included in there. So I made those things a little bit more specific. So I want them to get into a little bit more detail, but I hope that all of you can take what they've done and see how great it is and move on from there. So I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Please email me if you have any questions. But again, I want to see at least a rough draft by no later than Wednesday. I hope that you send me one even sooner than that so that I can give you some notes and give you some feedback. And then the final project, which will be for a summative grade, is due on Thursday. Please let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you soon.